we're back at camp. Gonna pack up and head out Ngoma Gate. But first I thought I would do a quick overview of the 10 campsites here at Ihaha. Some of them, like the one we're in, have absolutely no shade. Others are beautifully shaded. There are 2 ablutions. Some are close to the ablutions, some are not. The ablutions are perfectly decent and usually spotlessly clean. Toilet paper is provided. There is 1 tap per 2 campsites, so it's usually a bit of a distance away from the campsite. Any other information? Firewood is available at 50 pula for a decent sized bundle. Just ask at the reception. So I'm going to go through each campsite one by one very quickly and rate it on a scale of, Andy will rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. This is campsite number 1. We've actually stayed here before, hey Andy?
Yeah.
Decent shade. Yeah, nice couple there. We just asked them if it's okay to film and they said fine. And yeah, good campsite. I would give it a 7 out of 10.
7.5, Rob.
Andy reckons a 7.5. This is campsite number 2. Nice spot up there where you can park a vehicle, have a braai, and then in very deep shade in there. Absolutely lovely. Probably the best of all the campsites in Ihaha. Definitely the best in the summer. 10 out of 10. Andrew?
Yep.
Andy concurs. 10 out of 10. Campsite 2. Campsite 3 is not great at all. Very close to the ablutions, which are up there, but very little shade. You could maybe squeeze a tent in there and get some shade in the morning, but by the afternoon you're going to be cooking. 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Proximity to ablutions is quite important here because there are a lot of leopards in the area, so at night I would recommend actually driving to the ablutions if you're a bit far. Campsites 3 and 7 I believe are the closest, and also the ones with no shade at all. This is campsite number 4. Also not great, but also very close to the ablutions. As you can see, there is a bit of shade in there, but there won't be much by late afternoon. The sun's going to get you. 5 out of 10. Here we get to campsite number 5. Beautiful big tree, lovely shade, large area, very, very nice. 8 out of 10. Andy?
Yep.
Andy concurs. Each of the campsites has a nice spot to make a fire on the ground, a concrete table and a metal trash bin, and every day the guys come and clean the campsite nicely for you. Here is number 6. Some lovely big trees. Not a massive camping area, but you could put a tent on either side in very nice shade. Yeah, another 7 out of 10. Andrew?
7 sounds good.
Alrighty. Campsite number 7 we know very well because it is our campsite. Very close to the ablutions. Absolutely no shade whatsoever. 2 out of 10. Should we give it more for proximity to ablutions?
2.5.
2.5 out of 10. Not great. There are the ablutions up there though. One thing to keep in mind when staying at Ihaha is that over there is Namibia, and that is not a national park. So, and there have been quite a few incidents of theft at this campsite. People come across in boats and just nick stuff from the campsites. So don't leave anything valuable in the campsite when you're out during the day, and lock your vehicles at night and you should be fine. Here is number 8. Not an amazing campsite actually. Not much shade at all, and it's the only campsite that has an obstructed view. So I would definitely not recommend number 8. Little bit of shade though, so we'll give it a 4, 3 or 4 out of 10. This is the kind of view you can expect looking out from Ihaha Campsites. Very, very beautiful. Often you have elephants, buffalo, giraffe, zebras over on the plains, and usually they're impala grazing right here in front of the campsite. This is number 9, a bit too close to number 8 for my liking, but it is nicely raised, so it has a very beautiful view out over the water, and you will get decent shade, but only in the afternoon. I reckon this gets about a 5. Andrew?
I'll give it a 6, Rob.
Andy likes the view, he's going to give it a 6. That is number 10 up there on the hill. We've stayed there before. It's got a bit of shade. You've got one high tree over there, and you've got to choose between morning and afternoon shade. Can't have both. It is nice and high with a lovely view. 5 out of 10. Andy?
Yeah.
Andy agrees. Thus completes the tour of Ihaha Campsite.